Hello, I'm G3 Nyarek, and welcome to my review of the smash hit Sunset Bouldervard. Now, in case you've been living under a rock, Sunset Bouldervard is a film directed by the infamous William. I've actually had the pleasure of interviewing him, and he's actually a pretty cool person. I love supporting smaller channels, so go leave a like on his channel. I'll post the link in the description. Sunset Bouldervard takes place in a large city where the main character, Joe Boxer, investigates the mysterious disappearance of Rosetta Stone. It starts off strong, showing Joe Boxer's mercenary-like nature by being snarky with his boss, but still taking the job anyway. In order to blow off some steam as well as gain some more information, Joe Boxer visits Jevis's bar. There he gains a lead. Rosetta went downtown, a dangerous place with an even more dangerous crime syndicate, the Rockstars. Going downtown, Joe tracks a member of the group and takes him down. On his body was a code that led him to a secret base of operations, but he went to sleep first. Oversleeping, Joe almost misses the time. Scouting the area, he kills any witnesses while finding another secret meeting place. There, he sees the two lackeys speaking to the boss of the organization. From there, he sees one of the bosses and tries to interrogate him, but he fails and he has to kill him. From there, Joe Boxer visits Jevis's bar once again. After some encouraging words, a dark tragedy unfolds. An assassin sent by the boss tries to kill Joe, but he's knocked out of the way by Jevis. Taking the shot, Jevis lies on the floor. Joe inherits both Jevis's will and his bar. Searching far and wide, Joe Boxer finds the real mafia base. He meets another lackey and prepares to engage. Unfortunately, they're interrupted by a mysterious figure. The mysterious figure reveals herself as the ultimate boss and Rosetta Stone, the one Joe was trying to find this entire time. He quickly takes down the lackey and chases after Rosetta. Rosetta shoots Joe in the liver, and Joe almost falls. But he's able to take Rosetta down, and she falls to her death. Honestly, what can I say that hasn't been said before? Will has created a cult classic that stands the test of time. There's enough lore to fulfill the needs of any hardcore lore master, and its masterful use of music to signal danger clearly plays to the theme of society. I'd like to talk about the message of Sunset Bouldervard. It's so obvious, we all agree. Its message is clear. Society intrinsically destroys the hearts of man. You can see it in its main antagonist, the Mafia. The Mafia is defined as an organization of criminals, otherwise known as a society, and the protagonist being Joe Boxer, which signifies the individual, the man, the woman, anyone, the representation of humanity's will. We can see that the movie starts in medias res. We see Joe Boxer in the middle of his decay rather than a younger incarnation, where perhaps he may have regretted his actions. While his exterior may have been ground to dust and reformed, he still has a decent heart to the people that he cares about, as shown with his conversations with Jevis at the first visit. You can see Joe commit all of these heinous actions like killing without hesitation because of his time living in a society. I'd say his penultimate turning point before the death of his innocence was the death of Jevis. You can see that in that scene that Joe's final words to Jevis were delivered with such a lack of empathy that something inside of him must have broke. You see the Mafia killing the people that he cares about, and how he's snapping, he's slowly bending because of it. It's truly a tragedy. A tragedy, huh? The tragedy of Joe Boxer. His ultimate despair was none other than the reveal of Rosetta Stone, who was, in fact, the boss. After all his work, the one he was working toward turned out to be the ultimate antagonist. In a bittersweet conclusion to the epic, Joe kills her in cold blood, and the credits roll. It was a journey. It was not a journey to save the world, nothing like that. It was a journey to save his soul, and it ultimately failed. While the film pins it as a triumphant moment, the journey of Joe ends on an untimely note. Such is the tragedy of Joe Boxer. We live in a society. It's an overused phrase, but it's ultimately true. A society that grinds men to dust, throws women off of buildings, and indoctrinates children to think that all of this awful, awful stuff, it's okay. Such is the tragedy of Joe Boxer. I have to give my props to Will. He's a genius through and through. Incorporating his experience with reality, he knows what people feel, what people think, and what is the truth. And that's why he can create something like the tragedy of Joe Boxer. In the end, let's all take this as a cautionary tale. Should the individual fall to the crushing grip of society, all will fall. Our ancestors, Big Chungus, Whoa Crash Bandicoot, and Obama's fight will all be for naught. We, the people, all collectively need to rise up, lest we repeat the tragedy of Joe Boxer. 5 out of 5. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Let's go. Let's go. Let's hope for a worthy sequel. Thank you, Will. Ooh, this is awkward. I really have to extend my video to 10 minutes. I guess I'm sorry for what you have to hear next. If you don't want to, you could just click away. But I have to do this. It's like standard for every YouTube commentator, right? All right. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? I'm Jack, and today I'm here to tell you about the word octagon. Now, octagon is an amazing shape that has eight fantastic sides and eight awesome angles. Here, let me show you. Oh no. Oh man! I totally forgot to bring an octagon. This is embarrassing. Okay, don't worry. We can go find. Come on, let's go find an octagon. Hey, let's go find an octagon. I'm Jack, and today I'm here to tell you about the word octagon. I can't stop at the stop sign. It's an amazing shape that has eight fantastic sides. I'm Jack, and today I'm here to tell you about the word octagon. But I have to find an octagon. Is an amazing shape. If I stop now, this is embarrassing. Stop! Okay, don't let me show you. We can go find it. Wait a minute. Look. I'm stop sign. And today I'm here to tell you about the word octagon. I can't stop at the octagon. It's an amazing shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 7. Okay, I can't stop. I have to find an octagon. This stop sign. I found an octagon. Okay, don't worry. We can go find it. But I have to find an octagon. Go find an octagon. If I stop now, how can I find an octagon? How will I can't stop. And today, I'm here to tell you about the octagon. Look, the octagon has an amazing shape. Okay, 7, 4, stunning. But I have to find an octagon. This stop sign here. I'm here to tell you about the word 5, 6. Octagon is an amazing shape. This is embarrassing. This stop sign is octagon. Here, come on, let me show you. Find an octagon. 7. I totally forgot to bring an octagon. This is embarrassing. I'm busy. Okay, don't worry. We can go find stunning angle. Come on, let's go find an octagon. This stop sign is an octagon. We found an octagon. But I have to find an octagon. I can't stop now. How can I find an octagon? I'm busy looking for an octagon. Stop! Octagon. Okay, Elmo. I see the stop, baby. But I have to find an octagon. I'm Jack. Now, I'm here to tell you about the word octagon. Now, octagon is an amazing shape. 8 fantastic sides, 5 and 8 The stop sign has 8 stunning angles. Let me show you. This stop sign is an octagon. Man, I totally forgot. This is embarrassing. Okay, don't worry. 7. Go find stunning angles. Come on, go find an octagon. This stop sign is an octagon. We found an octagon. Sorry, I can't stop it. I'm here to tell you about the octagon. Octagon is an amazing shape. Okay, Elmo. I see the stop, but I have to find an octagon. Here, if I stop now, how can I find an octagon? How, Elmo? How? I totally forgot to bring an octagon. This is embarrassing. Wait a minute. Okay, the stop sign. And today, come on, I'm here to tell you about the octagon. 5, 6, 7, 8. Octagon is an amazing shape. I can't stop the stop sign. I'm here to tell you about the stunning angles. Okay, stop sign. This is embarrassing. Okay, don't worry. Elmo, how? Come on, stop. Oh, man. I totally forgot. Wait a minute. Octagon. Sorry, this is stop sign. I can't stop at the stop sign. Okay, don't worry. We can go looking for an octagon. Come on, let's go find an octagon. Glorious sides. Stop. Okay, Elmo. I see the sorry, Elmo, but I have to find an octagon right now. If I stop now, how can I find an octagon? How? The stop sign is an octagon. Okay, Elmo. I see the stop. But I have to find an octagon. The stop. If I stop now, how can I find an amazing shape that has 8 fantastic sides and 8 glorious sides and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, I'm here to tell you about the 8 stunning octagon is an amazing shape. This stop sign is an octagon. Okay, don't worry. 8 is awesome and 5 and 7. I'm here to tell you about the stunning octagon. Oh man, this stop sign is an octagon. This is embarrassing. Okay, don't worry. We can go find here. Let me show you. Okay, I see the stop sign. I have to find an octagon. Sorry, I can't stop and I stop octagon. Okay, don't worry. We can go find it. Come on, let's go find an octagon. Okay, Elmo. I see the stop sign, but I have to find an octagon. I can't stop at the stop sign. Now, how can I find an octagon? How? I'm Jack, and today, okay, I'm here to tell you about the octagon. Look, I have to find an octagon. If I stop now, how can I find an octagon? I'm here to show you. 1, 2, wait a minute. Look, man, totally forgot the octagon. This is embarrassing. This stop sign is an octagon. We can find an octagon. Come on, let's go. Man, I totally forgot to bring an octagon. Sorry, embarrassing. I can't stop at the stop sign. This stop sign is an octagon. Come on, let's find an octagon. Stop! Okay, Elmo, I see the stop sign, but I can't stop at the stop sign right now. If I stop now, how can I find an octagon? How, Elmo, how? Okay, Elmo, I see the stop sign, but I have to find an octagon. The stop sign. If I stop now, how can I find an octagon? How, Elmo, how? I'm Jack, and today, I'm here to tell you about the 1, 2, 3. The stop octagon has an amazing shape. 7, 8 fantastic stunning angles, and 8 awesome. This stop sign is an octagon. Let me show you. How's it going? I'm Jack, and today, I'm here to tell you about the stunning octagon. This is embarrassing. This stop sign is an octagon. We found an octagon. Come on, let's go find an octagon. I'm Jack. Stop! Let me show you. I'm here to tell you about the word. I can't stop at the stop sign. Octagon is an amazing shape for an octagon. This is embarrassing. And 8. Okay, don't worry. Okay, Elmo. I see the stop sign. Let's go find an octagon. Oh, stop! If I stop now, how can I find an octagon? How? This is embarrassing. Stop! Okay, don't worry. We can go find one. Wait a minute. Come on, look. Let's go find an octagon. Okay, Elmo. I see the stop sign, but I have to find an octagon. I can't stop at the stop now. How can I find an octagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Elmo. I see the stop sign, but I have to find an octagon. This stop sign is an octagon. Now, we found an octagon. How, Elmo? How? 8 glorious sides and 1, 2, 3, wait a minute. 4, 5, 6, 7 has 1, 8 stunning angles. 4, 5, 6, this stop sign is an octagon. We found an octagon. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stunning angles. Octagon. This stop sign is an octagon. We found an octagon. No, I missed out the coffee pasta. Octagon.